Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is going to be a step below the Badlands trim level, which is the highest trim you can buy for a Bronco Sport. Of course, this one here is finished off in Oxford white over the Ebony Roast leather interior. A huge thank you once again to Bob Thomas Ford, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me the opportunity to film this vehicle for you all today. And so, let's go ahead and let's check it out. As you can see, this one here does have remote start. On top of that, you have your lock, unlock, as well as your panic alarm. You have the word Bronco spelt out in the paint color. You have standard LED daytime running lights with LED headlamps, as well as fog lamps. And of course, this one does have the black rooftop with the roof rails. The Outer Banks does come with a set of Michelin tires on these wheels, which look pretty impressive. And these are 225 60R18s all the way around. Of course, to get inside the vehicle, just have the key fob in your pocket. And of course, this vehicle does have the smart key access system. To lock it, just make sure the vehicle is, well, unlocked, and you just tap the button here and it will lock the vehicle. After waiting a few seconds, just grab the handle and the vehicle will unlock. Coming into the door here, as you can see, we are welcomed with some very nice soft material. You have that Ebony Roast rubber here that feels and looks very nice. You do have 3-person memory seating, your lock and unlock buttons. You have your child window lock here, power mirrors, power windows, and as you can see, it does look pretty cool. You have your B&O sound system there, your subwoofer, as well as storage to put a cup, and probably some small items here as well. Bronco kick plate right there. And so let's go ahead and check out the interior. Very cool startup animation. And of course, to start the vehicle up, all you have to do is just have the key fob in the vehicle or on you, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button to go. Very nice. As you can see, you do get a very nice sense of luxury and just... Hold on, let me turn down the air conditioning fan. It's a little high. But as you can see, the Outer Banks does give you a sense of luxury and kind of a more unique interior, as we will talk about here throughout this video. Starting off with a nice leather-wrapped steering wheel, which feels very good in your hands. Controls here on the left and on the right. Left housing, some safety features, cruise control, audio settings. To your right, you do have controls for the menu up there, as well as your hands-free Bluetooth and telephone. With that being said, of course, you can use this to kind of go through the menu, which currently displays a few features, or not features, but information, such as miles driven, average fuel economy, elapsed time, speed limit, or speed limit indicator right there, current odometer, miles to empty, and of course your speed. To your left is your tachometer, to your right is the speedometer. You have your your coolant temperature, on the left, gear selection in the middle, and fuel range on the right. So with that said, as you can see, tire pressure monitoring system, audio system, so AM radio, FM radio, AM radio, whatever you have it on. Average fuel economy, and back to trip 1. Very cool. This, of course, does have a traditional infotainment screen, about 8 inches in length, as you can see. And it's pretty nice to see as well, as far as you having the same 4 system. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Of course, you can add a device, find mobile apps, Sirius XM Travel Link. Of course, this is just a review, but it says do not touch display during installation. This film is to be removed before usage. So basically, this cannot be removed until after the vehicle has been sold. But of course, you do have some other menus right here, such as audio, phone, navigation, apps, and settings. With that said, as we go into the bottom portion here, we do have volume as well as a tune knob, your automatic stop-start feature, hazards, all your controls for whether you want to go back or fast forward or you want to pause. You can definitely do that. Of course, you can turn the audio completely down using this button here. And this is just going to give you the time and the day. So that's just going to shut everything down as far as what you just saw on the previous screen. But then when you push this button again, it's off there and it's on again. As you can see right below that, we do have some storage right here. We do have the engine stop start button there, dual zone climate control, heated seats, fan speed, rear vents, not rear vents, but rear AC, max AC, auto, where you want the fan to be positioned. You do have some more fan settings, max AC, air conditioning, and recycling. You do have a very modest-sized area where you can put your phone to charge, as well as some small storage where you can actually charge the phone if you wanted to with a wire. Of course, you have a USB-C, USB-A, and a traditional 12-volt power outlet right there. With that being said, this does come with a very cool 8-speed automatic transmission. Put it into reverse. It does give you a backup camera with guidance lines. And the markers do adjust as you turn the wheel. You have a top-down view. And then, of course, you're back to your normal view. Of course, you have your electronic parking brake. Parking brake is on. Parking brake deactivated. And then reactivated. But this right here is probably one of the most talked about features of this vehicle, and those are the GOAT modes. This, of course, is going to be your different driving modes that you get with this vehicle, and it comes on every Ford Bronco Sport as well as Ford Bronco as well. So we go into GOAT modes, and it does change on the screen. So you do have normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand, and that's it. Back to normal. You have 2 cup holders here, modest-sized glove compartment with a decent amount of storage space. Of course, you have another USB-C and a USB port right there, which is pretty nice. Up here, you do have your garage home length, which of course you can program up to three garages. Visor with your lights, pretty cool. You do have a sunglass holder, cool to see that. Of course, with that being said, this also does have a few extra functions over here, mostly for your headlights, fog light, and this of course to open up your trunk, as well as your trip adjustment stuff right here. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this one, shall we? Of course, that indicates that the key has left the vehicle. So we now move on into the back seat of this one here. Very nice, very cool looking. Of course, you have a little area where you can store stuff. You have map pockets there. You can actually even store some small items like pens and all that in this. This was very popular when the Bronco Sports first came out a few years ago. The materials here on the seats, very nice and comfortable. They do feel very nice in your hands and everything. Of course, you do have a pad armrest with 2 cup holders. You have rear ventilation, 2 USBs, a USB-C and a USB-C and a USB port there, and then a traditional 150 watt, 110 volt power outlet. This one does come with the, hold on. Okay, this comes with the Easy Fuel Calf's fuel filler. Of course, Ford recommends you use 87 plus octane in this one. And overall, pretty self-explanatory of how to use it. You do have the white Bronco Sport lettering in the back. Backup camera right down there. And then you have 2 separate ways to open up the back. You have the glass button here and the door. We're going to do the door for safety purposes. As you can see, plenty of room in here to put stuff in. Of course, if you're going on a long road trip, if you're going on a hike, or if you're going to be traveling through the mountains, or wherever the case you're going to be traveling to, you do have more than enough room to put a lot of your gear in, which is very cool. You have this very nice rubberized all-weather floor mat. You lift this up here, and it does have, if you can see it, a spare tire. When you're done, just use its handle and close it back like that. You do get LED taillights back here. Your Outer Banks emblem right there. Oh, okay. All right, everybody, so I'm going to do my best to kind of hold this up here. This does have the 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. In this particular application, it makes 181 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque. And you'll be getting right around 30 miles per gallon on average overall, which is very impressive. Alright guys, and the last thing to go over is the window sticker for this vehicle. It's a 2024 Bronco Sport Outer Banks 4x4, 5-passenger SUV or crossover. Has a 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's finished in Oxford white over the Ebony Roast premium trimmed leather interior. As you can see, this is what the vehicle comes like with standard equipment. And of course, we come down here to the options list, which looks pretty cool. It does have the 300A equipment group. You do get 18-inch machine face black aluminum wheels on the Outer Banks model. You get the Ford Copilot 360 Assist Plus, which of course includes adaptive cruise, lane departure, pedestrian detection, and all that stuff. The tech package, which includes the wireless charging pad that I just talked about, the Bang & Olufsen sound system that has 10 speakers, and the HD radio for $1,395. And of course, the universal garage door opener is standard, as well as that front license plate bracket, also standard too. With that being said, only $2,290 worth of options on this vehicle. And with a $15.95 destination delivery, the total MSRP comes out to $37,820. With that said, this does have a few additional options as well for around $2,500, which brings this vehicle to just over $40,300. As you can see, I was way off with the fuel economy by a good chunk, but you get 25 city, 29 highway, 26 combined on regular unleaded fuel. And of course, this vehicle does get 5 out of 5 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Overall, I really like the Bronco Sport. It's been one of my personal favorite vehicles. In fact, I came down here last year to actually check one of these out, and I fell in love with this one. Not an Outer Banks, probably a Badlands, because it has the larger engine and everything, but overall the 1.5 is very good too. But with that said, let's go ahead and shut this one down. It's pretty nice. Check receipts for occupants. But with that said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one here. Thank you so much for watching this review and tour of the 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Outer Banks in Oxford White. And I'll see you in the next one.